Hi everyone, Jan is signing in. Welcome to another Sunday video. In this episode I will show you an easygoing approach to simple rock planting created from accessible material. I took this particular rock from our production. It is a medium-sized piece, very light and manageable. As you can see, it is also very flat. It is purposely designed for a specialized type of rock planting when the rock is in the front of the composition and the entire root ball is hidden in the backside. This planting solution allows you to use accessible trees with a common root ball size without any further preparation. I decided to adjust the shape of the rock a little bit with the help of the grinder with a diamond blade. It is not necessary on every occasion, depending on your design idea. Please always use eye and hearing protection while working with power tools. The diamond blade cuts the stone like butter and I easily adjusted the upper part. This is the result of the adjustment. Now I have a more interesting shape and more room for the trees. I selected the humblest and simplest Itoigawa junipers from my large stock. They are strong and healthy with nice long branches, however they are unstyled plants with straight branches and simple trunk lines. Anyway, ideal plants for simple rock planting creation. To have an idea of the final size of the root ball, I prepared the roots. I tested the position of the first tree and prepared a mental roadmap of the anchor strategy and the following steps. Make sure the roots are wet, as it can sometimes take a few minutes. I drilled the holes where I needed them for the anchoring wires. Then I started to build up the pocket for the roots. After that I planted the first tree in the prepared pocket. I lightly anchored the juniper. Examined the position on the stone. There are always some position adjustments. I was planning to put the rock planting into the flat ceramic pot, but somehow I chose this slab and went for a more abstract and wild look. After I anchored the stone to the slab with wires, I started to build up the rest of the pocket and fill the root ball with the akadama. I planted the second juniper in the same way, closed up to the pocket and connected the roots into the one giant root ball. This is the easiest solution for watering and maintenance in the future. Now I needed to adjust the branches and build up the initial structure. The goal is not to pull out the final refined design in this first step. Rather build up an organically looking structure out of these long unstyled branches. As the branches were quite thick and rigid, I removed part of the tissue and applied the wire spine. You can see more about this process in the video called Spruce Transformation. The third trunk/branch needed the same operation. I pull it backward as the root ball part was very empty so far. Then I adjusted the secondary branches. There were minimum pruning and green mass reduction. The goal is to spread out the branches and put them into the horizontal position. They will have an ideal position to grow and we will get the very first raw image of the future composition. I continued with the wiring and branch placement all the way up. Here I secured the position of this tree with the bamboo stick and guide wire. I brushed the sterile color of the bandage with the black mat. Cover the base of the rock with soil mixture and top dress it with sphagnum. I decided to add one channel malice on the left side. Here you can see how I adjusted and built up the new pocket for it. The matte mixture is still wet and soft and you can easily adjust the shape. It is an adjustable system. I reached the interior filled with akadama and created enough room for the roots of the channel malice by simply reshaping the matte mixture. I shortened up the roots slightly. Filled up the new pocket with sieved akadama. Then I closed it up and make sure everything was closed and solid. I quickly wired up the long sprouts of the channel malice and put them into the positions. I needed to be careful to not knock out the flower buds. They were almost open at this point. And this is the final result. We got the raw image of the future composition. The most important thing is to settle down the trees and vigorous growth of all the plants in the composition rather than the final polished design. I will keep the composition in the greenhouse and let it recover. This is all for this episode. Thanks for watching and bye for now. Jan is signing off.